Now, this session will be recorded. We're telling you that so that you know that this session is going to be made available as well following this finishes, alongside the presentation that will be on our website later on today. But through this series, we're actually going to be exploring some of the most pertinent digital transformation trends. Alongside that, we're looking at how digitization is really actually enabling us to overcome some of the biggest challenges that we're seeing in this very ever-changing world that we're living in today. But with that, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Rose Wesby, Director for Digital Transformation here at ABB. In this session, we're going to be hearing all about the empowering data-driven decisions, an overview of ABB's digital solution base from our wonderful speaker, Andrea Temporiti, who leads digital here at ABB. Andrea, thank you for joining us. Now, in this session, most importantly, we will have an opportunity to test Andrea at the end with all of your questions. Now, we welcome you to use the Q&A function throughout Andrea's presentation as he shares his insights, and feel free to put as many difficult questions as you like. Andrea is looking forward, he tells me, to answering them at the end. Now, with that, I'm very happy to also announce that we are going to be running a very short poll for you, a little bit more interactive this time than our previous session, and we look forward to your answers as well on the back of that. But with that, I'm delighted actually to hand over to our speaker here, Andrea Temporiti. Over to you, Andrea. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you very much, and warm welcome to everyone for being here. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are connecting from. I'm really excited today to be here with you and speak about data-driven decision. And it's an important part of our digital journey. We want to be with you to help you to take the right decision when it comes to energy management, sustainability, asset management and performance, and mobility for sure, and comfort in the building. So during my presentation, I will go through the history, how we build up our platform to help you with our solution to take this decision. But before moving on, I would like to introduce this short video for you to have a closer look into our digital solution. Very good, very good. So we're back. So first of all, many decisions that can be taken in a very smart way. But how we can do this, knowing more, doing better. And so this is the question that we had for us back in 2016, when we decided that for our digital strategy, data was really important. So to do that, then the first thing that we had to do is to connect our devices, our equipment. And especially when you think about electrification and building automation, you can understand that it's extremely important to being able to sense data over all the chain, from medium voltage to final distribution, or in the building automation space, and we will see also in the mobility, think about charger. To do that, we realized that in our journey, we need to build a platform. And the platform needs to be scalable, to be flexible, to be adaptive to our customer needs. And so that's why we created ABB Ability. That is leveraging on the best-in-class technology, cloud technology and edge technology, to provide connectivity over our equipment or our devices. And so we create this infrastructure based on Microsoft Azure and for China and the Huawei Cloud. We consider the platform as a service as a good option to implement our offering. And so on top of that, we were easily able to connect our devices and start getting a lot of data. You can imagine that if you think about our society, we are generating millions of messages, millions of data, just because we are living in space or just because we are consuming energy or going around with our electric vehicle. So it's extremely important that we get actionable insights out of this data. At the moment, on top of Ability, overall ABB, we implement more than 200 different solutions to help our customer to get and achieve benefits. Today and tomorrow, we will present the most important for electrification that are energy management, asset management, building management, and e-mobility solutions. But there are many, many others coming and present in our digital catalog running on top of our Ability platform. So the point is that how we can connect devices, sensing data, and analyze data. We always listen to the market, and the trends are how we can use artificial intelligence for doing better decision, how we can use algorithms that can help our decision to be taken in a very smart way. And the ability is the answer for us. So we develop our know-how, we took our know-how, and we put the know-how on top of our platform, and in that way, we can deliver this at scale to all our customers. But let's see in more detail, what does it mean and what was the journey? So originally, as you see here in this chart, the first thing that we had to do is, for sure, as we discussed, connecting devices. For this reason, we took the decision to really adopt a platform as a service approach. We was the first in the industry in the market, and leverage Microsoft Azure to do to create this platform. The second important things, and then we know, Anton already mentioned in the previous webinar, it's the data ownership and the cybersecurity. That's extremely important for us. Dealing with data gives us the responsibility to be able to provide security around the data that we are collecting and that we are using. Data ownership is always belonging to our customers, but for sure, because we are running this platform, we want to run it secure. And we were the first in the market also to announce the data manifesto back 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago. And then along our journey, there is another important thing. Is also a buzzword that today, it's digital twin. What is the digital twin concept? Let me summarize our interpretation of the digital twin. Is the ability to represent the world we live with a digital digital representation. So it's being able to understand how a device or a system is performing or can perform, or forecast how this equipment can perform by using a digital model. And thanks to analytics, we are able to simulate, we are able to forecast the behavior of a system or a single device. A system that can be also our building where we are today, or can be our charging or our fleet of car that we need to charge with the electricity. So digital twin is also very important for us because it's our model to shape in a digital way the world we live. On top of that, and we will see also in the other webinars, in the following webinars, that we recognize that we need a control point. And the control point is a place where we can actually collect information close to the field, making some analytics already at the field level, and then eventually send this information to the cloud for further analysis. So, and this control point is our industrial edge gateway that is delivering this connectivity. For sure, we also have direct connected devices, but this in control point in many, many examples, it's extremely important for us to deal with data. So the last but not least is autonomous operation. So this is where we start getting, because until now we always speak about technology, but the real outcome is when we are able not only to provide insight, but starting creating autonomous systems that can react to certain input from the data. And this is really where we are committing in providing more and more capabilities on top of our energy asset building and mobility solution to make our system more autonomous and leave to the people only the decision that need to be taken from the human perspective. So it's augmenting the capability of human being with technology. And this is the final target that we want to achieve, that we are achieving with our solution. Let's take this from a different angle. So this is what I would like to call it the Maslow hierarchy for the IoT. So it's like you probably all know about the Maslow pyramid. And here I try this. In this slide, it's represented a different view of the Maslow hierarchy based on Internet of Things. First of all, the first step is to monitor. The second step is to optimize. So monitor is collecting data and show data through an analytics console. Then optimization, start getting information about how we can do better things, like optimizing energy consumption. And the next step is, with this data, being able to optimize also our products. Because we know how they perform, then we can react faster on the needs of the market. So it's really important for us to use data also to optimize our smart and connected products. And for sure, the pyramid goes up to an important topic, that new business model means flexibility. Being able to provide you flexible set of service that can be easily activated. We usually call this really plug and play, so you don't have to be an expert of Internet of Things to use our solution. We pre-engineer everything for you. But most important is that you can tailor the service that you need based on your needs, specific needs. So we have different modules, we have a marketplace, and our solution can be adjusted depending on what you really need. So you may want to have more focus on energy. You may have a data center. You want specific analytics for data center. Then we have this analytics specific for data center there on top of our energy management solution. So this is really the flexibility. And this is, when it comes to new business model, it's interesting how we are selling our solution. It's no longer a software license. It's a software as a service. So you can easily go activate the system by just purchasing subscription and manage your add-ons in the subscription. And you pay what you want and only what you get. So that's really important when you have to choose the platform to be flexible to your needs. Given that, so what are the real benefits that we can get out of that? Plenty of that. We will see more in the detail when we look into the different offerings that we have. But just to give you a flavor, we can think about cost optimization. We can, and we will see how eventually we can improve data we can use the data to drive our decision to invest in some asset that can help us to be more sustainable. For instance, making ROI, return of investment calculation, make it easier for us to understand where to invest. Improving reliability or optimizing comfort in a building, or again, maximizing your operational capabilities, because you don't, with predictive maintenance and with remote maintenance, you don't have to inspect all the single devices by hand in the field, but you can always rely on a dashboard that can give you the insight in real time. So let's go a little bit deeper and see what we can offer in the different solutions. For sure, our expert will be happy to explain and demonstrate with a real demo our solution in the next sessions. But just to give you a flavor, when it comes to energy management, I just want to explain how the in the energy management space, the data-driven approach will help you to be more sustainable. So with data analytics, we can collect information about your demand of energy and your generation of energy, if you have. And being able to identify, for instance, take an example, if you have a production line, if you have more than one production line, you want to know exactly what is the energy that you are consuming in a specific production line or a part of this production line. That's something you can do. You can highlight this, you can create a baseline, and then eventually being able to be alerted by the system if something is not going in the right direction, is not behaving or performing as expected, and so you will be automatically alerted that probably this is going to trigger a maintenance. If I want to make this example, in our office in Bergamo, when the first time that we installed the energy management solution, we were able to identify that there was problem with the air conditioning in the north, and this balancing between north and south that was not proper set. And just by fixing this and triggered the maintenance, and just by fixing this, we were able to solve 10,000 euros in energy consumption. So it's extremely important because you always have a hidden consumption that you don't know that you have, but with just analyzing this data will help you. And then for sure, with the energy forecasting mechanism, you can easily understand, for instance, what could be your investment if you want to enter in the renewable space. And maybe you want to put, like in the top right corner, you see, that there is this factories with all the solar rooftop. You can use solar rooftop, but you want to probably size. You want to understand how big should be this solar rooftop to be effective in your energy management. And maybe you need batteries, but this requires an investment. So by knowing how much to invest, because you know how much you're consuming, you can easily calculate, and we can support you to make the right calculation and understanding what is the return of investment that you will get if you implement this kind of solution. So extremely important. We will know more about energy management, and Valerio will show you some demos during the session tomorrow. So stay tuned. If you go to the asset management, well, we can do similar example. Asset management means being able to pass from a scheduled maintenance to a predictive or condition-based maintenance. It means that you don't have to stay in front of a switchgear and check every single relay or breakers if it's working properly, but you can stay safe behind your desk and look into the dashboard, and whenever it's coming to there will be an alert, then you know that probably a device is most likely to fail. That's important. It's not that this device is failed. For sure, you can identify also if device is failed, but it's the capability to identify if this device is going to fail. So, and this is important because having an outage of energy in a factory or in an hospital, think about surgery, is extremely delicate. So it's not just the fact that you have then to replace an equipment, but it's because you are having an outage, you probably have to stop your production line, and you don't want to do this. And maybe think about the food and beverage. You have an oven that is cooking something with sugar, maybe if your energy, if you are experiencing an outage, then you may want to stop this production line for 1 hour and a half just to clean up the oven from the crystallization of the sugar. So there are many examples where asset management can help you not only to be more sustainable, but to be more reliable in this case. So go next, comfort. That's another important point of our story. So building management. So we always want to have a better world, a better place to stay, more comfortable for us. And this is where our ambition is to create a people-aware building. So where, thanks to the data that we can collect, like occupancy, temperature, external temperature, internal temperature, lighting, we can create and we can adapt the system automatically to balance, for instance, the lighting or the shading or the temperature in your room based on your preference. So the building knows you and know where you are, and it adapts to you based on data. So that's extremely interesting, and we will see also a drill down in the session of the building and the building management part. Last but not least, electrical mobility. This is the new frontier where we all want to go. It's sustainability. It's the new way to move. So we are all excited by this, the electrical mobility. We can really make the world better if we will be able to embrace electrical mobility. And as you know, as ABB, we are super committed in delivering electrical mobility to all our customers. Before, in the previous session, Anton was mentioning some example about fleet management. And again, here with data, you can understand how much we can deliver in terms of services. So the capability to forecast when you need the power and where you need the power into a specific station to charge a certain amount of car, because you forecast typically what is the behavior of this charging point. Or maybe you want to make, again, to control remotely the health status of the charger if you are a charging point operator. So, or managing payment sessions. So they're all about data. So we cannot do anything without connectivity. We cannot do anything if we don't drive this through data. Electrical mobility commits us to be responsible about the demand of the energy that we generate, for instance, in the grid. So we also have to create a smart system that can enable us to deliver charging service without disrupting the demand, or we are creating disrupting demand on the grid. So it's extremely important that in this case, our solution is not only about the charger itself, but it's the complete ecosystem of software that is needed to manage in a proper way a fleet of electrical vehicle or chargers. Good. So last point that I want to highlight, this is something that is not related to ABB Ability, but is related to our partner. We create a place that is called ABB Connect Partner Up, which is a space that is growing in terms of service that helping our customers and our partner in particular to know more about digital solution. There will be soon also a learning part where you will have a lot of content to know more about our solution, to understand how to design it. This is more for professional, but we want to be with you. We want to help you. And this is our response. What we are offering to you is a space where you can collaborate, you can design, you can learn, and you can deliver solution together with ABB for end customers. So I ask you, take a look into our Partner Hub, and there will be a lot of news on the Partner Hub coming very, very soon. So happy to announce this. Last but not least, coming very soon, beginning of October, we are creating a more comfortable user experience around energy and asset management, very integrated. We will see the demo from Valerio and Luca in the next session. So stay tuned because we are just at the beginning of this exciting journey of the webinar. Saying that, I will move for a small poll like Rose was saying at the beginning. So hope that we can open the poll now and see your answer.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Andrea. And while we are waiting the results of that poll, let's kick off with a couple of questions. Thank you, everyone, for submitting your questions so far. And if you do have any other burning questions, do prop them into that Q&A function we do have in the WebEx. And Andrea and I will get to those, of course, as well. But just to kick off, first of all, you talked a lot about quite a wide variety, really, of solutions that are existing today within ABB. If we're looking at the current solution base, what should our customers and potential customers be thinking when they're comparing us, ABB, to our major competitors?
That's a very good question, Rose. Thank you for asking. So ABB, first of all, in ABB, we've strongly believed that things must be simple. So we create a solution to be simply used. So the simplicity is extremely important. You don't have to be an expert of IoT to use our solution because we already take this in our engineering effort to give you something that is very easy to install and manage. So it's not different set up our ability solution into a plant or into a building, more than if you compare this to any consumer platform. You think about it when you set up your voice assistant in your home, first of all. Second, the flexibility of the offering that we mentioned, it's extremely important because you can pay for exactly for what you get. And this is for sure a super important thing. And third, but last but not least, is the fact that we cover from the product to the solution, to the cloud, no? And so we are able to give you an end-to-end ready-made solution that is there just to be used. So it's a completely homogenized and harmonized solution for the market. And for sure, our effort in cybersecurity and in delivering constantly new feature on the platform. The platform, it's a software as a service, and on top of the fact that you can subscribe on what you want, give us the flexibility to add additional features every month. And we have a team of expert data science. We create a lot of competencies inside ABB, data science, software engineering, to deliver continuously new feature, new capability. So, and we listen customers' needs, and based on customer needs, we deliver this in a very agile way. So we really apply the agile practice here to deliver fast our solution.
Yeah. So on that point then, all of these features and capabilities that we're developing and have developed so far are all quite dependent on quite a lot of computing ability and data analytics ability. We have a great question here from the member of our audience. Do ABB have in-house data analytics capabilities, or is this done only together with partners?
No, we do. We create and we are growing actually, because the importance of data, competencies in data scientists and data analytics. So we have a lot of experts in ABB to deliver this solution. So we have a core expertise. For sure, we also work with partners. No, it's as also mentioned, we partner with Microsoft, with Accenture to deliver such solution. And this is important because our technologies and consulting partner can help us to gain speed. But the important thing is that we have two important skills in our pocket: data sciences and domain expertise. And this is extremely important because you have to have all of these competencies, both of them, in the single table, let me say, if you want to create actionable insights. Otherwise, you only have competencies in the domain, but you don't know how to create algorithms. That's not possible. The other side, if you know how to create an algorithm, but you don't know how the domain that you have, you probably, in the audience, probably have people that are following the session today tried in the past to create something with analytics, can easily understand what I'm saying. So you must have both. and competencies as a core competencies in your company. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrea.
You're welcome.
So then based on that, you mentioned that ABB, we're constantly talking to our customers to validate a lot of the different features and functionalities that we're developing. So based on that, these competencies that you're saying, the data scientists and the domain experts, will they also be interacting with these customers throughout that validation process, or is that done in an R&D silo?
No, absolutely. We are testing our feature with our customer, and we did it many times. I personally reach customers and speak with customers to understand what they would like to achieve, how we can provide them. And we put this in our roadmap, and then we deliver. And that's extremely important. It's that our features are not driven by an internal perspective, but it's always with customers. So typically, we also run some technical preview for some of the customers, and then we deliver the general availability of some feature. So that's possible because we have this flexibility in the platform. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Excellent. So how about this? If our customers on the call today and elsewhere are not quite sure about what these ABB Ability services are, what should they do to get in touch with us?
For sure. So first of all, look into our website. There is a very deep description of our solution. Go to the Partner Up where you can learn more about our solution. There will be soon a section with videos and other digital webinars like the one that we are doing today, coming very soon. Very specifically topic about the single algorithm, load shedding, energy management, predictive maintenance. There will be very detailed information. Reach out our representative for sure. You can find the information on our website, or if you already have an ABB representative working with you, please ask him or her to be in contact with us. To know more, we are happy to be with you in your digital transformation journey.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Andrea, for taking the time to join us. Thank you to our audience there for joining us as well. As you try to exit this session, you will be asked a couple of additional questions. We, of course, welcome any feedback you might be able to offer us. So please do take the time to fill that out. Otherwise, with that, I have to say thank you very much again, Andrea, for your time. Thank you to our audience. And do hope that you join us in other sessions that we are holding later today and tomorrow in this digital dialogue webinar series. But until then, do stay safe and well. And we look forward to welcoming you again.